Captain on the bridge.
Alright, captains, we are back on the bridge, and today, yes, we got some things to go over from the Star Trek Online YouTube and Twitch channel, so on screen. Yes, captains, before we get into this video, do us a huge favor and hit that like button, but also if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to our YouTube bridge, where we're always on the lookout for like-minded captains where we can share our love, our passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now with that said, here we go. Captains, a new ship was shown on today's 10 Forward stream. So what we're gonna do is go over kind of a couple of the screenshots here and there, a video clip of the new console, and then as we go throughout, of course, we're gonna drop our ECs and at the end give our conclusion. So you already saw the thumbnail, captains. You know what ship we're getting. It is the Shrike from Star Trek Picard, the enemy ship, Vadic's ship, that was going up against the Titan. So I would have thought that the ship would have released a little earlier, but I guess we're nearing the end of the year here for 2023 as of this video. So I guess they gotta go out with a big bang. And they did so, because with also featuring the ship or showing off the ship, they actually got Dave Blass, the actual producer from, or Picard production designer from Star Trek Picard, to show this ship off. So which was pretty cool. A huge shout out though also to Dwayne for posting this stuff in the Discord. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much. But what we're gonna do is just go over some of the screenshots here via their YouTube and a clip from the Twitch. For some reason, I found it easier to kind of get the clip that I wanted to show from the Twitch channel. So first off, again, here it is. We are going over this, the Shrike Intel Juggernaut. Again, we knew this is coming. It was just a question of when. So again, it is the Shrike itself, and I said this before, and I did listen to the whole 10 Forward there as I was getting ready to go out. And one of the things that I said, it seemed like it was a melee weapon, or shaped like a melee weapon, and I think Dave Blass did actually mention that. It actually looks like those Feridon fangs from one of the rewards we got a couple of years back. And it's a cool ship. For me personally, it's on the list. I'm gonna say that it's on the list for me to get. Maybe possibly moving up to next year's event reward. Gotta say, it actually has some cool features, and I'm not really much of an alien ship kind of captain. As you know, Caps, I am a Fetty boy, but this ship just to have, I think we are going to try to go get this for our event reward next year. Not in a huge hurry, but it would just be nice to add to the fleet. So first up, they showed here when they were going over the equipment here of the ship, it was the portal weapon. Now, we pretty much knew that this was going to be a universal console, but it was just going to be how they're going to implement it. And wow, did they ever implement it. So as you can see there, passives are 25.6 all damage. And then of course it gives plus 17.1% hull capacity. So the portal weapon, portals link your location to target ships and creates a linked pair of portals for 45 seconds. One in front of the target vessel and one in front of your vessel. Most attacks and ships can pass through the portals, allowing weapons to exceed their normal range. That is pretty cool. Now, again, they showed this off, so we're gonna go to the clip here and play it. We're also gonna hear when this ship is gonna be released, actually in a couple days from the sounds of it, but I'll play this clip. Captains, let's look at this thing in action. We'll, of course, hear from Mike and more Jonathan there, so here we go. We'll just play this here.
Sonic Llama says, this ship is just Portal 3, Valve is angry, and I like it. The ship is an Infinity promo ship, and we'll be releasing this week.
There you go, Infinity promo. We knew it was going to be one of those gamble ships, unfortunately. Gotta say, like the look of the ship, not gonna lie. It does remind me of a little Batman type-esque, but they also, when Dave Blass was talking about this, kind of took some inspiration from like pincers from a Bug, which I did also mentioned that, I believe, in one of the reviews that we did of Star Trek Picard when we were going over that. But
in the 2 days.
so yeah, 2 days. So as of the release of this video, that would probably be on Thursday is when they're going to release this ship. Quite interesting how quickly they're going to release the ship.
And if anybody was craving, like, it's, you know, I'm just speaking as a gamer here, but the script for Portal 3 got leaked a long time ago. So if you're wondering how the story was intended to end, that's floating around out there somewhere.
I'm gonna target this very far away ship and fire off this.
So as you can see here, it actually is targeting that ship. He clicked on that, and it actually beyond the 10 clicks. So that's pretty cool. And there's that animation. I gotta say, it looks cool. We'll actually just put the volume down here and just let this play. That looks pretty cool. And as you can see, the weapons are firing right through and going to the target. And then the ship itself can go through and go to the target. So I thought that was really cool. They did an amazing job on that, I'm not gonna lie. So that's why it really kind of puts itself there on top of the list of getting that into our fleet. And you can see the ships also can go through the portal themselves. So anything can go through the portal, but I think he did say mines couldn't. So again, it looks like what we saw on screen, and I think they did an amazing job. If anything, it's going to be for the immersion, and that is actually the Juggernaut's weapon there, the lance, I believe. Big old green glob. So I thought we'd show that off, so I thought that was really cool. But that's going to be included in the ship, which is the portal weapon. So next up here, we're going to talk about the trait that it comes with, the Eclectic Collector of Armaments. Quite the name. Jonathan has picked some really good names when it comes to traits and consoles, but it's all good. So bonuses per type of attack used. So using different kinds of attacks each grants plus 10% bonus damage. So that's Cat 2 if I'm not mistaken. And 10% faster recharge of capital ship innate weapons for 30 seconds. That's interesting. So applicable weapon types. So beams, cannons, torpedoes, capital ship innate weapons, universal consoles, experimental weapons. So that sounds interesting. Now, captains, you know I always like mixing torps and beams and torps, sometimes even in with cannons, just like the Defiant. I like putting the quad cannons, phasers, and torpedoes because that's what it was on the show. So this sounds like it could be a fun trait to use just for the sake of having some fun and immersion, because we knew, we were actually told the weapons on the ship was actually just a lot of weapons. So they're taking inspiration actually from the show when that ensign, I believe it was an ensign, forget his name, anyways, he had the yellow shirt there, mentioning what type of armament the Shrike had. Mind you, we never actually saw the full sweep of weapons. All we saw it fire was like red turbo laser weapons and the portal weapon, and that was it. So here it looks like we can get a little bit, I'd say, creative and have fun with this if in case you do get this ship, my cap. So also you'll see there the 4 weapons is 5 and the apt is 3. So it is a 5-3 layout. And I did actually forget to mention the consoles here, but the consoles, maybe we have another shot here. Actually, I'm just gonna go quickly to the Discord here. Again, huge shout out to Dwayne for taking a shot of this, but it is a 4-inch, 2 psi, and 5 tactical. So quite interesting there. Again, that is the trait, the Eclectic Collector of Armaments. So again, it sounds pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Station wise, this is what we have. It is a Intel Miracle Worker. So the first 2 top stations here are both Lieutenant Universals. So you have a Lieutenant Commander and an Ensign, and then you have a full-on Commander Intel, and then a Lieutenant Commander Miracle Worker with a Lieutenant Psi. So Surgical Strikes kind of almost really fits this ship in my opinion. And of course with Miracle Worker you actually have the power, the BOF power, mixed armament synergy. So I think you can have fun with this. You can really have fun with that and really kind of have some immersion that comes along with the ship if and when you decide to get it. Again, captains, like I said earlier, you can get the ship for your event campaign next year, because any ship that has been released for 2023 will be available to you for 2024's event campaign. So again, this ship is going to move up that list for me. Not sure if it's going to be first or second, but we'll see. We'll see. Eventually, I will get the ship, I think, for sure, to get added to the fleet. Now, the other thing here that this comes with is actually the Maelstrom trifluoride torpedo launcher, which is actually the event reward, which actually we'll also get to in a bit here. The event reward for the upcoming last event campaign for 2023. So now we can have two of this you can have two of this if you also get this ship, because you can equip 2 Maelstrom Torps max at just like the Akira's Maelstrom, which was a quantum, but this is a trifluoride torpedo. So what is it? So it is charged kinetic damage, of course, 90-degree targeting arc. So 8,094 kinetic damage, of course, that'll change with your stats and what you have going on there. Double base damage against foes when cruisers and smaller always, battleships shield facing near zero, dreadnoughts and players hull below 50%, plus 2 critical chance during ambush after cloak, target -10 all damage resistance rating. But you can see there, destroy enemy damage creates trifluoride fragments. So it sounds like those fragments that come from the crystalline, the Tholian warp core when you use, and it looks like it drops those fragments, and then you can receive the benefits of, so plus 11,729 hit points, that'll change of course, plus 200 shield regen, plus 20% energy damage, plus 2.5% critical chance, plus 10% critical severity for 30 seconds. So that's quite interesting. So if that's going to be actually the reward also in the same stats for the Feast event, well then we're going to get that. And we get to check that out. I think that's pretty cool. It is purple. It is purple when they used it. So we're gonna get a chance for us to use it when we get that reward. And I believe I can get about the second or third day, because we actually do have legacy tokens left. So we'll be able to use our last legacy tokens to get this reward, this Maelstrom trifluoride torpedo, sooner, which we got to see. It is a purple torp, so I already have an idea to put on a build. Of course, we have now a lot of purple torps that we have access to, and this will add to that. And it sounds like it's going to be a little fun. Whether it's going to be meta, who knows? I will let the experts and go ahead and let us know if that is something worth using. But it kind of has that slow recharge time and doesn't fire as often. But again, the animations of the Maelstrom torp from the Akira is, I love it. One of my favorite animations for torpedoes. So glad that we're going to get that regardless for the event for free, and you'll get a second one if you want from this ship. Mind you, I believe we can claim that Maelstrom torpedo. We should be able to claim that more than once then, but we'll see. We'll find out, captains, and we'll let you know. Lastly here, they showed off a bunch of the sort of options you can do in the tailor here, and it looks good. The pattern there looks really cool. I like this red and black, I'm not gonna lie. It looks pretty menacing, and they were pretty happy about it. It sounded like they're really, really happy about it, and hopefully, you know, no one's gonna put a Slime Devils on this, but knowing a lot of people, they're probably gonna put a Slime Devils on this, especially when they're around us. So again, that is super exciting. That's gonna be coming into game. Now, we said earlier that we're also going to get that Maelstrom torpedo. So we're going to go here to the Star Trek X feed. As you can see here, it says the last thing that we'll go over here: unlock a new Maelstrom torpedo and finish your progression towards a free tier 6 ship with the Feast event on PC. We'll click on that. For some reason my internet's been really slow today, but there you go. It's the Feast. So join the Feast or be the Feast. Of course, here I'm not sure what that means. Siddle up, but I'm not sure what that means. Up to the table and find out if you're the feaster or feastie. Siddle? Siddle, I don't know. Hunger is universal, and feasts are times of joy. Sadly, some species express the drive in unsociable ways, while many gather with loved ones and share communal meals. In the cold reaches of space, another kind of hunger stirs, one more akin to locust swarm behavior than family bonding. Either way, the delicious feast begins for PC captains on November 16th and lasts until December 7th. The feast is back, featuring 2 crunchy TFOs of Bug Hunt, Ground, and Swarm Space. Of the 2, Bug Hunt is the quickest, especially if you have a group of captains that know what they're doing. This can be done super, super quick. Play each day to earn your way to this event's grand prize, the Maelstrom Trifluoride Torpedo Launcher, a brand new type of Maelstrom torpedo. Keep reading for details on this item, how you can participate in the event, and what additional prizes may be earned. And there it is, the purple. Again, it is a purple torp, so we're looking forward to putting a bunch of purple torps on a build just because. Purple. Trifluoride Maelstrom Torpedo Launcher. Torpedo launches fire projectiles that deal heavy kinetic damage. Shields drastically reduce the effects of kinetic damage. Maelstrom projectiles deal high damage but need time to recharge. They can store excess energy in the warhead, allowing them to functionally charge up damage. The Trifluoride Maelstrom, it sounds like toothpaste. Trifluoride Maelstrom Launcher, on defeating foes, leaves behind trifluoride fragments that can be collected for temporary bonuses. So again, kind of like that mechanic of the Tholian warp core, I believe, that when you destroy enemies, it leaves those fragments. So that's going to be the description here said here. So that's going to be quite interesting. Only 2 Maelstrom launchers may be safely equipped at a time. Maelstrom launchers deal double damage against weaker foes, cruisers and smaller always, battleships with their shield facing near 0, and dreadnoughts and players under 50% hull. Upon claiming this grand prize, whether earned or purchased, your account will immediately become eligible for bonus progress. The first bonus progress rewarded will be accompanied by a reward of 8,000 dilithium ore. Earning bonus progress each day after will increase this reward by an additional 1,000. And we have increased the cap on how high this value may scale to a value that is unreachable during this event, thus effectively unlimited. This featured event is the 5th and final of the series of upcoming events that will participate in the 4th installment of our multi-event system known as the Event Campaign. Captains will also have the option to purchase their remaining progress in the event with Zen. This price for this buyout will be prorated based on the amount of progress a captain has completed. So again, this is not a bad event. I wish there could be more to it, but really this is kind of what they came up with. And like I said, Bug Hunt is the quicker of the 2, but I think we'll try to mix it up too so we can get our space pew-pews as well. Like I said, we're looking forward to this Maelstrom Torp to see how it does. I really do like Maelstrom torpedoes, and it seems like we might get even more in the future, so that'll be interesting. But again, you can only have 2 per ship is the maximum. So again, that's awesome that we're actually getting a Maelstrom torpedo for free to those who are not going to be getting the Shrike. So I think that is a pretty sweet deal in my opinion. So captains, we thought we would just give our short sort of reaction or initial thoughts on the Shrike, which is again coming to Star Trek Online as of this video tomorrow, and unfortunately it's going to be Infinity promotion, but you can get this ship as your event campaign reward for next year. Yes, you're going to have to wait probably about 3 to 3.5 events if you do the event daily, but again, you can get it for free on top of any ship that has been released up to this point in 2023 for 2024. So captains, do us a favor, again, hit that like button, comment below, let us know your thoughts on the Shrike, if this is a ship you're getting. Again, personally for me, yeah, we're gonna get it. Probably not right away, but eventually it'll make its way to our fleet and we'll also enjoy it when we do have it. And again, consider subscribing here to our YouTube bridge, and of course, we will leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.